guys, welcome back to my channel. And actually, a few weeks ago, one sweet subscriber asked me to make a video on what are the mistakes that I think I did or most students do while applying for assistantship or applying for universities. So, um, basically, what I did was like ask my friends, not colleagues, friends, seniors, juniors, about their experience or like what they think they could have done better, their mistakes, or what they think most students um, like do mistakes while applying for assistantship. And they are all on assistantship here in US, so we will be talking about US only. And yeah, so this video is kind of sum of all, not only my opinion, it includes like everybody's opinion, so it's a mix of all. I have written all the list here, and this list does not is not like sorted according to priority, it's just randomly written. So let's get started. First one is not realizing the timeline of application. So we have different sessions or semesters here, a kind of like seasons: fall, spring, summer, winter. Winter and fall are like in the same timeline in here, and you may have heard of fall and spring because they are the major semesters which students apply for. And okay, let me give you the timeline. So January to mid-May is kind of spring, and mid-May to mid-August is summer, and mid-August to like December is like fall, and winter falls under the fall. So yeah, and most classes occur in fall and spring, mostly in fall, but also spring. And in summer, there are like few classes, but those students who are on assistantship and who have to do research, I mean like field works, mostly have field works in the summer and don't have any classes. So I basically was like a working in field every day in summer kind of, and yeah, it was intense. And okay, so you want to check the timeline, like deadline, application deadline for international students, because it's different um, for domestic and international students, because we have to go through visa and all of that stuff. So you want to check the deadline and apply like early. There are like early deadlines for funding or any kind of assistantship. If you don't have professor backing you up with some funding, if you don't have that, you can just like apply early and wait for university to provide you some kind of funding, so you have financial support for your studies. And another reason you would you should check the application deadline is because like there are some process like WES evaluation, SOP, LORs that you need to finish. So get all of the things ready before you apply, because evaluation, WES evaluation is like a conversion of your percentage or anything into GPA or like into universally known kind of language. So it takes about like 25 days according to what I have heard. I didn't do it for me because it was not needed, but juniors who applied to LSU after me needed to do a WES evaluation. So it takes kind of like 25 days. So you want to do it ahead of time before the deadline crosses. So have that in mind. And what is the other thing? And yeah, like when I finished my bachelor's, the fall deadline was like very near, so I couldn't finish it all, and I didn't know anything at the time, like I only knew like we have to do GRE after bachelor's. I only know that, and we have to email. I even didn't know like how to email at that time. So yeah, so I was like naive on this matter at that time. But what you can do is, if you wanna apply early or in fall, you will have to do GRE IELTS in your last semester. Take time, and you can do it in last semester and prepare for all that. And you have to get ready your SOP, yellow R, CV, anything that's needed. And you also need to apply like email or something like that early if you want to apply early. Otherwise, like in my case, you will need to have like 1 year in your mind for the all of the stuff, like from preparing for your GRE to applying. I kind of took 1 year, and COVID was like in between. So yeah, that was the thing. So have 1 year in your mind for preparation. The second point is email. Okay, so why I'm saying email is like it consists of like many subtopic here. Like in the email, not emailing enough, sorry, not emailing enough, losing patience after like 50 emails or something, and not starting early in the first place, and not knowing time to email like a right time. So we will go through it. I'll just read from my notes. You will need to email lots and lots of professors, so get ready for that. And sometimes people can get lucky, and for most of us it needs like a lot of passions. So make your mind ahead for that. You will need lots of patience for that. Some might get like assistantship in first email or like first interview. Some might get like including me after 4 to 5 interviews. So these things takes time. And most of the questions I get uh, um, like about emails are like, how many emails per day you did. To be honest, like there is not like a routine emails per day kind of thing for me. And sometimes I was like super active and did 50 to 100 emails to professors, but sometimes I was like so frustrated, and it's normal to get frustrated sometimes in that phase. And I would just email like 1 to 5 emails. So I would say just be consistent and try to email at least like 5, if not like 50. Just email 5 in your like frustrated days, but most of the time just email, like keep emailing. And there are some peoples who tell me like, I am emailing from a long time and nobody responds. And when I ask them like how many emails you did, they are like 50. Like seriously, because I did like 1,500, even like more than that. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just saying like put more effort and get ready for the waiting game. Yeah. And about the what was the other points? I talked about not emailing enough, losing patience. So don't lose patience after just 50 emails, and not starting early. Yeah. And about that, like you need to start early because you need to reach out to as many professors as you can, because it doesn't matter if your email is bad or if your CV doesn't include more research experience or like job experience kind of things, but it doesn't matter at all. Like we used to be, we used to think like I don't have experience or something like that. But here I think most of the professors don't expect from you to have like lots of experience and lots of papers and all that. They just want some students, and if you are lucky to have your email at that time to that professors when he is searching for one, you will get it. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't have anything. So I would suggest email as early as you can and as many professors as you can. Don't lose hope, because in this world there are in, not world, in this country there are like so many professors and everybody is searching for students, and you just need one professor. uh, One friend told me this, so it helped me at that time and it will help you. So yeah, I am saying so many. Um so another thing about email, time to email. This was suggestion from one of my friend. Like, we also followed that later in the emailing days. Like, here, now I'm here, I see the pattern. Like, professors check their email, even like us. Like in Nepal, I didn't used to care about email, like checking email and all that, before emailing professors, of course. And but here it's like they check email first thing in the day. So it's like in the morning they always check email. So, and in the weekends most professors take like days off and don't check their emails. So mostly you should email in the weekdays, which means Monday to Friday, and in the morning time. If you like, because of the time conflict, you can just schedule email to like send at in the morning of here US time, and that's it. That's all you need to do. And maybe it will help to get your email to the professors, because they get lots and lots of emails from students like us, and we need to get in the eye of the professor, so you know, like, at the right time. So yeah, that's about email. And another thing is like not checking the requirements of uni and department. The thing is, like some universities or some department may not need GRE, and at the time we only know that like we need to do GRE, we need to do TOEFL or IELTS, we need to do this and that. But first you need to check the university's requirements. Sometimes they don't even have like GRE as a requirement, and sometimes if the university has but the department doesn't have, then the department may waive the GRE, because like they don't care about GRE nowadays. And sometimes professor might waive the GRE. So like, I know somebody who is applying now, and like they don't need GRE. So you see, you have to email to like professors or maybe graduate coordinator, somebody, about these things. Like, take the info first, and before you start everything, just check university's requirement. If they're like, if check like 10 to 15 universities, and if most of them require GRE, then think about doing it. Otherwise you may not have to do it. So why to waste your money and time? Because I wasted, and at the time it was like, because they were waiving GRE because of the COVID, and we did it anyway, and it wasn't used. So, you know, so check that ahead. And also about WES evaluation, because it takes like 25 days. Check if the university needs that. If it needs, if like majority of university needs that, just do it. Otherwise, you may not need to do it. But nowadays, I think most of the universities require that. Yeah. And what about this? And Also, if you can't find these requirements or information in the university website, because I know it's like so much confusing at first to look at the university websites, what you can do is like, instead of panicking, it's my fourth point by the way, instead of panicking, just email graduate coordinator. And this also includes like, I know like I email lots of seniors or like people who are here, who are studying here, for the informations, and sometimes they don't reply, and we think like, oh, they are just kind bow, they don't reply, they are acting like highly of them, something like that. But it's not the case. And it also includes me. I get emails from some of you, and I don't reply like right away. Sometimes I reply right away, but most of the time I don't. I like need some like separate time to do that, because like classes are going on, and we have some we were doing we like have field works and other works, and just email graduate coordinator of that university and or that department actually, and they help a lot, and you will feel a lot relieved than just panicking about like you don't know anything. um, so yeah, next point was that. And the fifth point is like not putting effort in the application. So mostly, once a student have interview with a professor, they take admission process very lightly, and in some cases, in some universities, they don't go through the professor's side. They check, they evaluate application in the department, in the inside the university, and then only like approves for the professor's choice. Okay, so in that case, if you don't put effort for your SOP, for CV, for other document that they require, um, some professor might not take you. And also, like if you put effort in your documents while applying, you might get other fellowship, which is like a prestige thing. And yeah, even when I was doing it, I didn't know about these things. And like I was like, okay, I got one interview, and I didn't feel like emailing others. So it's not the case. So yeah. And this also includes my another point, sixth point, not having backup option. So you need to have at least two backup options with you. Don't stop emailing after you have one funding, because sometimes um, there might be some problem in the application, or the professor might not fund you, or he might take another student, or something like that. In my case, like at first I like one professor was agreeing to fund me, but later the department said that we can't do that, because like during the COVID there are lots of students in the pending, and we can't give like priority to you at first, because they are in the wait list kind of thing. So I didn't get that funding, and that might happen to you also, so you have to have backup option, you see. So yeah, that's the another one. And the seventh point is something from a student from computer science department, and it also matches with other department by the way. And this is like, try to match research expertise with your professor, like who are you emailing, try to match the research expertise, because like go through their articles and see like read about their methodology, how their lab works, what process they use. And if you can, like, I know you, it's like hectic job, but if you are emailing few professors, or like if you really want to work with that professor and you want to put effort, so go through their methodology and like try to match. If you have anything in common, try to match the things they do with the things you have done. If you don't have, just write other things. If you have and you really want to work with that professor, you can do that. And another thing is, always attach your CV while emailing. While I emailed, I used to attach my CV and my transcript all of the time. And after I email, when professor ask for cover letter or letter of interest kind of thing, then I used to send that. You don't need to send your cover letter at first, unless there is like a requirement of sending. You can attach your CV and transcript only with the email. And the next point is, check acceptance rate before applying. This was a suggestion from a like sister who got direct PhD, and she said like, I applied to only high ranking university at first, but you need to check their acceptance rate, and sometimes you are like missing out on some universities, like good universities, because even if the overall ranking is not good, your department which you are applying for might be like high ranked in the US or like something. But if you are only checking like high ranking universities, the acceptance rate might be really low, and you might be missing to get accepted kind of thing. Are you getting me? I hope you're getting me. um and yeah, um that's the thing. So if you are not backed up by some professor, you need to check acceptance rate before applying. And I learned from somewhere, like, what you can do if you are just like directly applying to universities, you can select two high ranking universities, two medium ranking universities, and two low ranking universities, so you have like mix of all, so the next point, we are on the 10th point. Check with graduate coordinator if there is some professor searching for students, or like assistantship or some funding available kind of thing. So you can do this if you're not getting respond from professors, or like sometimes some graduate coordinator will really like go beyond help to help you. They are like really nice. I love them. I love them. Yeah. And you can check with them if there is some um vacancy of students. So yeah. And another thing most students don't know is that like they can get direct PhD. I knew about that, but I used to think like, oh, that might be so hard. Like you need to have your like high profile kind of like lots of experience and all that. But no, you don't need that. And you can just directly apply to universities and ask for PhD, or maybe like while emailing, you can tell professor like, do you have master's or PhD student, like, are you searching for master or PhD students? I'm available for both. Some professors don't give direct PhD, but some does. And my husband also got direct PhD. In LSU, I have seen so many students getting direct PhD. That's like, if you want to do PhD someday, that's like so much nice, because you also have like more salary, and that's better. Yeah. And the last point is like, don't look for only one program. Like, I was while I was starting, I only emailed to the professors who are from only one. I wanted to apply for precision ag. Thank God I got it, but like I only emailed to them, and I was like finished with all of the professors from precision ag, I think so. But later, when I finished out on that, I also emailed like other professors from other department and programs. So you know what, like sometimes it's like integrated subjects, you know. If you only want to go for pathology, but you don't have to go to like pure pathology. You can also have pathology in other department. Like my research, my one of the research is also Sarcospora leaf blight, and it has pathology. So you see, like it's kind of integrated, and you can have subjects from other department also. Like I can have subjects from plant breeding, soil science, pathology. So it doesn't matter. You and also you can change anytime your program. So once you're here, see what subjects you want to take or what paths you want to take, and then you can choose whatever you want to do for PhD or later, or you want to, if you want to change, you can change. So I don't think you should restrict yourself to only one program. So just see around, and you can go for anything. Like there is so much, so many like opportunities, and like my husband and I were like classmates in agriculture, bachelor's in agriculture. Now he's in PhD in ecology and evolutions. Can you think of it? Like when I was there, I can't even think of like applying for ecology and evolution. So you see, there is so many opportunities you can go for. We just don't know about it, but it's just matter of time that you look for one and apply. So I think that's it. I think I have said that, but one suggestion is like don't only wait for like some professors to respond you back. Sometimes there are so many students who got like after applying, and you can just directly apply to like some of, I know it's like hectic to write different SOPs, different LORs, but if you want to do it and if you have patience to do it, just you can just apply and you can get funding. Sometimes, you know, you don't have to wait for email and all that, like me. um, so I think that's it, and I hope I was clear enough. And for this video content, thanks to my friends, sisters, should I name them? Okay. Thanks to Rajesh Neopane, who is my husband, Vijay Ghimire, Bigul Thapa, Rekha K. Sidhi, Sriza Shrestha, Lalita Sthapit, Banna Shrestha, Regina Adhikari, Sudhir Bharati, Monica Ranawat, and my friend Rasmi Pokhre. Thanks to all of you guys. This video was not possible without you, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and thanks again for 1,000 subscribers, and so much love. Bye bye.